bounce, mate. 5 clean sheets. How are you and the boys feeling? Do you feel like you're well placed after getting first Asian Cup win under your belt?
Yeah, it's always nice to keep the clean sheet to go along with the win. Obviously, that's five on the bounce, like you said. Now, yeah, for us, kind of obviously the main goal is to get through the group stages first and foremost. We know, there's no kind of easy games, and we're playing against kind of teams that are sitting, a little bit deeper, and we've got to use more of the ball than kind of some of the teams that we've faced previously. But yeah, it's just about that confidence that we've got as a team. Just train every day and try to get better to work, better situations and angles. Against teams that sit in the low block. Obviously, we've kind of done it previously before. It's kind of worked for us in some stages, but we know how hard it is to play. When you're facing that kind of onslaught of attack all the time. But yeah, like you said, 5 wins, 5 clean sheets. Yeah, it's been a good start.
Obviously, mate, you had very little to do defensively against the Indians, but you did get forward for a lot of set pieces, but they weren't quite as effective as what we're used to. Arnie even said post-game that was something that you and the boys were going to work on. I guess, what have you been working on before the Syria game on the set piece front, and do you think we're going to see an improvement?
Yeah, I think we've had more corners in that game than I think I've had in the rest of my games combined. I think their goalie was a big presence in that as well. He's came out and taken a few crosses. Listen, I think what I would say about the corners in that game, I think everyone's kind of just got to be better at their own role. Yeah, some of the deliveries have got to be better, but then again, our runs in the middle have got to be better, our movement's got to be better, we've got to be stronger in the box. And obviously, as a defender, I can say that they defended really well. They put their bodies on the line, put their heads in front of things, and yeah, they made some great clearances. So you can look at it and say, yeah, it's got to be better. And yeah, we have worked on a few things, of course we have, but again, you can take the other side of the coin and say sometimes it was really good defending from the Indians.
Harrow?
Yeah, well, obviously you talked about, I think I'm going in the feedback as well, but obviously it's been talked about that you aren't playing at Leicester, we know that. How do you feel like, is it affecting you? Has it affected you, especially when we're talking about things like, the set pieces or the performances? How are you finding it? I know Arnie's obviously backed you as well, despite this.
Yeah, listen, it's obviously any player just wants to play football, so I'm kind of looking at it as a positive that I'm here and I'm getting minutes and playing football, doing what I love again. Obviously at club, it's obviously for me personally it's been a frustrating time, but the boys have done fantastic this season. They are where they are in the league for a reason, so I can't complain too much if that's what the manager wants, and they're doing a great job. In regards to me, how I feel, I feel great. I think that I proved coming off my ACL injury, in the World Cup, having not played football for a year, that I can come in and still play at a good level. Yeah, and it's obviously different this time because I've been training and fit. So I feel even better. But yeah, always when I pull that shirt on, it just gives you an added something. You're running on adrenaline, and you're playing football for a different reason as well, which always helps. There's always that little bit more, that something special in the air. So yeah, I feel great, and yeah, just an honour to be part of it.
And just obviously you can show off what you can do in this window or in this tournament. Are you looking for a move, be it a loan or a full transfer in January?
You know what? It's not even crossed my mind. As soon as I came into camp on the 1st, it was just full concentration on what this tournament is and how we're gonna succeed. Everything else is in the background, and to me, it's a little bit of white noise. My full concentration is on Australia, and I think it would be disrespectful to the country, my teammates, the staff here, if my head was anywhere else. And and thinking about these other things when, you know, we've got, you know, a massive tournament here, and that's what my whole, you know, concentration has to be on.
Marco?
G'day Harry, so just on that, so I know you said that you're not thinking about it, but is there anything, you know, that talks about you going to, I think Saudi Arabia maybe?
No. Listen, I can't control what, you know, people write, and, you know, there's rumours flying around everywhere. Again, my concentration has to be here. I can't let that affect anything. You know, all I will say is that, you know, obviously it's not been great that I've been obviously not got match minutes at club, and obviously I know that that can't kind of continue really. You know, if I want to be a part of the national team, but, you know, for the near future, my whole concentration is just on Australia.
Mate, we were speaking to Kai Riles yesterday, and he was talking about, you know, the battle with him and Cam Burgess to be your defensive partner. How are you seeing that, and how are they different, and do you have to adjust your game like anyway when one plays and another one, and then the other one plays?
Yeah, obviously we've got 4 centre halves here, along with Thomas Deng, who's a fantastic player. I played alongside him many times, you know, at the Olympics as well. So us 4 are kind of fighting for them spots, and I think, you know, watching Kai's, you know, conference the other day, he was right what he said, and about, you know, the training levels and standards have to be high to get in the team. There's no one promised a place, so everyone's got to bring it every day, which again just helps the team culture really. And I think what's great about this team is that no matter who's picked, obviously you've got 11 players, but I think you've got, it'll be 13 or 14 kind of disappointed players that are not starting, but, you know, the support from the ones that aren't starting is more important, I think. And it's so vital towards that team culture. Obviously I've got it at Clubland not playing, but you've got to be supportive, you know, for the guys that are playing, and that's when it, you know, becomes a success. Obviously Cam and Kai are both great players on the left hand side. You know, both got their strengths, and yeah, it's great to play alongside them both really. Obviously I played with Kai a little bit more, but again, when I've played alongside Cam, it's felt like I've played alongside him for years. So yeah, it's one of them where, you know, training will probably decide, you know, who starts, and obviously I'm glad it's not my decision who makes that call.
Ben, come to you.
Hey Harry, hope you're doing well. At the World Cup, you know, in 2022, you were one of the, I guess, more inexperienced players by international standards and international caps, but now you enter this Asian Cup and it's a bit of a different look Socceroos team. You know, it's a bit more experience. I think you've got the 6 most caps in this team. So how have you embraced that change going from, I guess, one of the new boys in the squad to being, you know, one of the, you know, respected leaders?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, it's kind of been a mad kind of 4 years. You know, what I would say is about this team, you've got fantastic leaders in kind of Jacko, Aziz, Matty Ryan. You know, older kind of experienced players that have been great with the lads coming through, and you know, they've really set the team culture and made it easier for the lads that have obviously came in a few years ago and now got a number of caps under their belt to kind of show the way for the new lads. And obviously that's how international football works. It's kind of passed down the line. But yeah, what I would say about the, you know, experienced lads, Matty Ryan is probably the best captain that I've played for. Not just in terms of everything really, but I think just the way he speaks to the lads and how much the lads respect him. And kind of what he says at vital moments, and, you know, to calm everyone down, and, you know, but also to get everyone, you know, geared up in what it really means to play for this country. And yeah, there's just a good group of leaders that kind of set the standard and the culture for the rest to follow.
Yeah, and how have you found being back in, I guess, an international tournament situation? Obviously, you know, we've kind of spoken about, you know, the lack of minutes at club level. What's that transition been like, going from, you know, club level to, you know, this Asian Cup, where it's all of a sudden you've got 3 games in, you know, 8-9 days?
Mate, it's been amazing. Yeah, I say it every time I come away. I absolutely love it. Obviously, we're back playing football, which I love, obviously playing for your country. But seeing the lads and seeing all the staff and how close everyone is and how much everyone gets on, it's been great. Obviously, where we are is, you know, kind of happy memories, and also, you know, a few disappointing ones as well, which just adds to the whole thing. And yeah, the facility is great where we are, where we're training, where we're staying. Yeah, it's just been amazing.
Joey, we'll come back to you. Just any further questions, feel free to just use the raise hand function, guys.
Cool. Harry, just looking a bit specifically at Syria, because you did maybe talk a bit about having to break down low blocks before, but especially looking at them, they were able to take a point off a more favoured Uzbekistan in their first game, and then when you look at where they were restricting Uzbekistan to their shots, they really were clamping down on any good opportunities on goal. What did you make of that game, or the game film that the staff have showed from you, and to expect from the Syrians?
Yeah, listen, we know it's going to be a tough game. I know it's a bit cliche. There's no easy games in tournament football. Everyone's playing for something, and you know they're going to make it really difficult. I can already see a difference in the kind of the way that we've worked, and you know the patience required to break down teams. You know, we've worked a little bit on training as well, and I could already see the difference between when we first started coming into camp, you know, 2 weeks ago, to the training levels yesterday. You know, the improvement's been great, and the boys are really just getting, you know, finding their feet in little angles with each other. And yeah, once that, you know, clicks, I'm sure we'll be fine. And yeah, it's just, again, I'll go back to that word. It's massive for us, patience, really. You know, again, I touched on it earlier. We've kind of been in that low block, and we've kind of frustrated teams. And as long as you know, the game goes on and it's 0-0, they get more confidence and to get a result. But yeah, it's the players that we've got on the top end of the pitch, and you know, the quality that we have. You know, we can certainly create a lot of opportunities.
And just more broadly on the Asian Cup, I'm interested, mate, how much do you actually get to watch the other games happening at this tournament? Have you had a chance to watch, you know, Japan's game against Vietnam, or the Saudi game, or the Iranian game, or anything like that? Or is it just you boys are mostly focused on yourself, and if you need to see something, the staff will bring it to you?
No, I think it's a bit of both. I think it's everyone's personal preference. Obviously, we've got the big screen in the dinner hall where the games and the highlights are on. So yeah, we've seen all the goals, and it's got that tournament feeling. So yeah, to be a part of it and to see what else is going on, obviously everyone's going to watch it. Obviously, you've got the AFCON as well, so we're watching the highlights of that. I think that everyone here is a big football fan. Everyone wants to watch football, so yeah, certainly we're making the most of it.
And in lieu of another hand coming up, mate, I'll also just ask, who's the best darts player at the moment? You're still having tournaments, who's currently reigning supreme?
You've probably already heard there's one man that's taken the camp by storm. Lewis Miller, right back at Hibernian. Yeah, he's a special player. That's all I'll say. He's a special player.